You're watching the KUSI News at 6.
Welcome back. Well, New York is facing a problem when it comes to squatters. Officials there are working to change laws amid a series of incidents involving squatters taking advantage of current laws. In one case, 2 were arrested after allegedly killing a woman. It's sparking questions about laws across the country, including here at home. Real estate broker Mark Powell is joining us now with more on this story, and certainly an interesting one, Mark. Let's kind of start with how these laws work, particularly in New York, where it seems they are a little more lax.
Okay. New York is very similar to California, whereas somebody occupies a house and stays in it for over 30 days and claims some type of ownership. The house is obviously not theirs. It's considered squatting. And squatting is not a crime. Squatting is a civil penalty. So in order to remove the occupant, they have to go through a court proceeding, and that sometimes takes anywhere from 5 weeks to over a year. And you'll see some people staying in homes for up to 2 years. They will squat in a house claiming this ownership right. And the way they do it is they'll go on the internet, they'll print out a lease, they'll forge the owner's name on it, they'll change the locks to the house, and then they'll put the utilities in their name. And if you notice, this one person who did it, they submitted as evidence of being there a DoorDash receipt from some...
It was Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Yeah, they're called the Shake Shack squatters.
That's correct. That's right. That's right.
Which is, we're laughing about it, but it's actually kind of crazy to the average person to hear that this is actually happening, that they can put their name on the utilities, and it seems as simple as that, which is pretty scary.
Well, San Diego is not immune to that. In San Diego, this is going to sound like a lot of homes. There are about 75,000 vacant homes in San Diego County, with 10,000 homeless people and tens of thousands of migrants coming across the border, with another migrant posting on TikTok saying, hey, if you want to own a house, you can just go into it, take possession of it, and claim it as your own. This person who was on TikTok received 4 million hits. So they're actually teaching this, but there is a way to help prevent squatting in San Diego, and that is by filing something called a letter of agency. And what a letter of agency is, it's a trespass letter. You file it with your local police department, and you tell the police nobody is in this house for up to a year. It used to be only for a month, but then a Senate bill passed. It's called Senate Bill 602. 602 is trespassing, so it turns squatting into trespassing, and the police can come in and evict the people.
But you have to do that kind of proactive step of filing that paperwork first, right?
Property owners have to be proactive, and it depends on whatever police department they're in. There's 14 different police departments in San Diego, so you have to find the police department that your property is in, file the letter of agency, and then you're going to be protected. There's some other things. You have to post no trespassing notifications out on the property as well.
Interesting. So real quick, obviously we kind of covered how it works in New York. Is it safe to say that it's pretty similar here in California, or are there any differences in the law that people are using as a loophole to kind of get into these properties?
The laws are very similar. It makes it almost impossible for a homeowner to remove a squatter. And you'll see that in New York, when the person tried to remove the squatter by changing the locks or kicking them out, it's the property owner who gets arrested, not the squatters. So we do have similar laws. We're hoping to obtain some laws similar to Florida, where Florida made it actually a felony if you try and offer a house for sale, like on the internet, or if you squat in a house and cause over $1,000 worth of damage. Now, some of these squatters, they just destroy the homes. They tear up the walls, they tear up the bathrooms. So when the homeowner gets in there, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of damage. If that happens in Florida, it's a felony, and California should start looking at maybe emulating some of those same laws that they have in Florida.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. Kind of wrapping up where we're at now, where we could potentially be if we adopted some stronger laws, and of course, some really helpful tips for homeowners to avoid this situation altogether. Thanks for being here this evening.
Thank you very much.
All right.